Oh man, you guys. So happy Monday. I am going through all the questions you guys asked, and I was like, how do I answer this one in a minute? And I can't. So I thought I would do a live on this question. So first of all, thank you to everybody who sent the questions in. And that is, this question came in and said, how do I keep a healthy relationship with my husband? Okay. First of all, let me tell you something. You're never going to hear BS from me. You're never going to hear me fluff anything. My relationship with Sergio is far from perfect. It is not something that has been easy for us to sustain, okay? I'm just going to keep it 100%, okay? And that is that, because whoever's asking probably thinks that I have this like amazing marriage and this amazing relationship and this amazing life. And while we are good, it's not perfect, okay? But then again, like really what is, okay? So I'm going to tell you something. So how do I keep a healthy relationship with Sergio? Number one, I will tell you that my first about 4 years, I think, of our marriage, it was rocky, okay? It was so rocky, especially our first year, all right? You have to understand one thing. Number one, I got married very much older, maturer, okay, set in my ways. I was 37 when we got married, and he's younger than me. So imagine 37 years. I'm not even going to talk about him because he can talk about himself and how he feels our marriage is going and how he feels that our marriage is and all that jazz, okay? I'm going to tell you my perspective, okay? How I have lived into this marriage. And that is that the first year that we got married, I don't know. I think people feel like, oh my gosh, and maybe some people are like, you're going to get married and it's going to be like honeymoon and la 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 la. And maybe it is for some of us, okay? For some of you guys. But for us, it definitely wasn't, okay? And I think the reason why, I'm 99.9% sure the reason why our marriage was so rocky the first couple of years is because we got married, moved in together, started a new business period, and started working together, all within like 6 months. Okay, that's a lot for any individual to handle. I don't care how much personal development you have, that is a lot. And here's the thing, Sergio and I only knew each other for 1.5 years when we got engaged, okay? And 6 months later, so really we only knew each other for 2 years. So we really didn't know each other. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I think the one thing that I feel that most couples probably that maybe don't have a rocky beginning, maybe it's because they've known each other for a long time and you've already known your ups and your downs, the things that he likes, the things that she likes, the things that he doesn't like, the things that she doesn't like, okay? I did not know that much about him enough to now I know what buttons to push, what buttons not to push. Cállate, Karla. Don't say anything, Karla. Let it be. Because in the beginning, I didn't. I wouldn't be quiet. I would like fight all the time. 90% of the arguments I caused, okay? And so the first year, the first couple of months, it was so hard, okay? It was so hard because we were living together, moved, just a new marriage, and we started working together. So that's that, okay? Now, then, we got a little bit better. Well, no, not really. Okay, things didn't get good until, I would say, probably year 5 or 6, something like that, okay? And I think how do I keep this healthy relationship? And that I think the reason why, the other day, I actually told him, I said, I want to thank you for never giving up on us. Because you guys, I didn't think we were going to make it. Okay, I really didn't. I didn't think we were going to make it. We went through a lot of trouble, okay? But I will tell you, I feel that the reason why we made it, at least I'll speak for myself, is because I truly, no exaggeration, love this man. Okay? I really love him. And although he drives me still to this day, crazy certain things, I feel that, that's what kept me with him. I don't know about him, okay? I'll speak for myself. Now, I will answer this question, okay? And that is this. How do I keep a healthy relationship with Sergio? Things started getting better when I started to change the way that I viewed him. Things started getting healthier in our relationship when I started to change the way I saw, I heard, and I felt him. Okay, so what I mean by that is this, and that is that in the beginning, every time he said anything, I always felt that he was controlling me. He was telling me what to do. He wanted to impose his ways on me. And I was like, no, that's my money. That's my time. That's my blah, 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 and all this. And then that turned into a fight, okay? And I would be like, stop controlling me. Stop telling me what to do. Stop this, that, right? I never saw it from the lens of he wants to take care of me. He wants to help me. He's looking out for me. Like none of that. Yeah, you know, girl, okay? I never saw it from those lenses. I always saw it like, for example, okay? If he's very careful with our money. So if he saw something in okay, ladies, tell me please if you can relate to this, okay? Please. So he saw something on the bank account, like let's say it was like a $2.99 subscription to something that I wasn't using anymore. He would be like, Karla, and he would just come into me and say, Karla, what's this $2.99 charge? I was like, what? And I would get all feisty and I would be like, what? Why are you asking me? Who cares? Just let it be. And I would say it to him like this, okay? No guy probably wants to be yelled at like that, okay? But see, the thing is, I heard it not from he wants to save $3 times 12, $36 a year, okay? Whatever it was, whether it was $100 or $1, doesn't matter, right? I didn't hear it from that. I heard it from he's wanting to control me. He's wanting to tell me what to do. He wants to impose his ways on me. And I felt all that, okay? So it wasn't until a few years ago, okay, that I started to just like observe other couples. And I started to realize how blessed I am to have somebody who cares about everything, okay? Who cares if my car is working? Who cares if it's $2.99 charge on my account? Who cares who I'm with? Who cares what I'm doing? But who cares because he cares about me? Okay, it wasn't until a few years ago that I actually saw that. So if you're having hardships with your significant other, maybe I'm going to invite you to just stop and think, like, what else could this mean? Maybe stop and think, like, how else can I see this? Hi, Armando. Okay, maybe stop and think, what else, look at the good side, right? It wasn't until I started to see that I started to appreciate what once was he's controlling me. Now I really see it like, okay, like he wants to make sure that I'm good. He wants, like, for example, you guys, okay, this is a perfect example, okay? Okay. I'm a really smart woman, okay? Okay. Put that right there, okay? So I went to Mexico and my husband we have the VIP thing for like the lounges and stuff. Right? And so he was like, okay, hey, babe, there's a lounge at this airport. And hey, babe, there's a lounge at that airport. And the old Karla would have been like, Sergio, I know. Sergio, I know. What do you think I am, dumb? Like, I know. I've traveled a lot. And I would have gotten all feisty. I would have gotten all this little bit of an attitude, okay? But instead, when I saw the message come in, I started laughing. Because I was like, my old self would come in. Hi, Emma. My old self started coming in. And I was like, okay, no, Karla. He's doing this because he cares. He's doing this because he wants you to have a good experience. And he's reminding you because maybe you forgot. Because Karla forgets a lot, right? So things like that, okay? Now, for example, those things before would have been a problem. And I would have gotten all crazy about it, right? And like, so... Number one, you guys, like, I feel like the reason why Karla, I feel like finally, hi Inez, I finally have been able to like see what a man he is, okay? And to appreciate all that he does, okay? And for example, okay, I went to Mexico, and before I left, he gave me this thing with all of our passports and everything. And he gave me peso money, so I don't have to go exchange it. And he gave me a ton of $1 bills so that I could tip people, wherever I go. How sweet and thoughtful is that. And that is just how he is. He like always wants to make sure that I am like, I don't want to say taken care of because he doesn't baby me, unfortunately. Okay, I wish he did. But he takes care of me in the sense of like wants to make sure that I'm good, that things are well, especially when Sebastian's with me. He wants to make sure that his family is taken care of. Es para que Sergio se ve súper, ¿cómo le hiciste para que Sergio se ve súper calmado te aguantara, girl? What? Okay, I'm not going to go there. I'm just kidding. Un chavo me dejó de hablar porque dijo que soy muy intensa. Okay, well, first of all, my husband is not calm. For those of you guys who thinks te quieren, yes, he does. For those of you guys who thinks that Sergio is calm, you don't know him. Do you think I would be with the calm man? No. Okay, number one, he's not calm. But I know what you mean, that he's not so intense, right? And yeah, I know. I got you, Inez. I know what you mean. I know you don't mean aguantada like in that sense. I got you, okay? Well, you know what? I'm going to go there. You know what, you guys? Here's the thing. If you guys have daughters in your life, please be careful what you say to them, okay? Because so many times, and I mean, my mom is probably not going to like I'm going to say this, but I'm just going to keep it real, okay? So many times, my mom says things to Sergio or to my other boyfriends that I had in the past, like, ay, gracias por aguantarla. Like, don't say shit like that to your daughters. Don't talk like that about your family, because there is nothing to aguantar about me, okay? For those of you guys who don't speak Spanish, like, my mom says things like, thank you for, like, tolerating my daughter. What the hell, mom? Like, okay? Like, whatever. If she's watching this, sorry, mom. But, you know, like, don't say shit like that, because that shit gets into people's heads, okay? That stuff got into my head, Inez. Like, things like, those kinds of comments that, you know, that like people put up with me or whatever. Listen, I am one hell of a woman. I am hardworking. I am driven. I am not a liability to anybody. Okay, maybe I am a little intense, but that's some of the beauty about me. Okay, so if you guys have daughters, don't be saying shit like that. And if someone says something like that to you or anybody like that, okay, they're not the right person for you. Let me tell you something about Sergio. My husband is one hell of a fucking man. Okay, he is one hell of a man. Okay, and I'm telling you, I know what you mean, and I'm getting all feisty about it because it's been a soreness in my life for a long time. Like, hearing people say things like that, like, no, he is so lucky to have me. Sergio is so lucky to have a woman like me, to have a person that that loves him. He knows, listen, when Sergio was sick and he was in the hospital, both times, okay, I made sure he had the best care possible. So he is like well taken care of. So this intensity comes with a lot of benefits, okay? I'm not somebody, like if I told him the other day, I'm like, you know, if anything happens to you, I got you. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, the doctor said. No, I'm like, no. You know, when he hurt his arm, okay, and it was during COVID, I couldn't go see him. I made sure he had one of the best surgeons operating on him. I made sure, and they were like, ma'am, you cannot, yes, I can decide. He's my husband. That is his, he's not on call. Okay, well, who's the next one on call? This one. Okay, I want that one. I want this one. When does he operate? And I made sure that the second best orthopedic doctor in LA operated his arm. Okay, so me being this intense, okay, comes with a lot of benefits. So if somebody cannot see that, all you ladies here on the live, then he's not a man enough for you. Because a true man who is confident, let me tell you something else about Sergio. That man is so effing confident, it's not even funny. Okay? I did the same. Yeah, see, Sergio is so confident. So, like, people have asked him, like, bro, how you do it? She's got so much energy. Right? And I asked him, what you say? Sergio's like, I just went, oh no. Right? But let me tell you something. My husband loves, maybe not all my energy, okay? But he didn't we didn't get married unless he liked all of that, okay? So number one, I don't even know how we got into this topic, okay? But I'm just going to tell you something, all right, ladies? And men, if you got daughters in your life, okay, and they are too much, maybe you should reconsider that they are leaders. Maybe you should reconsider that they're not pushovers. Maybe you should reframe that. Like, for example, my son, when people tell me, I love the confidence. Yeah, see? Yes. Yes, the other day, Sergio said something to me. For all you ladies in the room who maybe you're not feeling your 100% self, okay? This is what Sergio said to me the other day. We were talking about something, okay? I'm not going to tell you what. We were talking about something. And then he said, nothing is sexier than a confident woman. You can be the most beautiful girl, okay? You can have the most hottest body, the most perfect figure, the most perfect butt, the most perfect everything, okay? And you can be the most beautiful woman. But if you are not secure, he said, if you're insecure, you're always jealous, and you're like not confident, it's not that attractive. That will wear off. Okay, so for those of us, I say thus because I feel like I'm a confident woman. I have a little bit of insecurities here and there, okay? But for those of us who are confident, for those of us who maybe are not perfect by any means, whether it's your body or your personality, but you're confident with yourself, that will take you far, okay? I don't know how all this got subjected this way, okay? Oh yeah, the question that I was asked. But okay, back to my, how do I keep a healthy relationship? I'm going to end with this. And that's this. Number one, okay, I started to work on me. So I finally, and every time I would talk to Olga, so I have this therapist that I've talked to, I don't know for how many years, okay? I ask how Sergio te aguanta and you answer. Okay, so when I talk to my therapist and I'll call her to complain about Sergio, okay? I call her to complain about him. I'm like, I don't know if we're going to make it. And all this. She would just listen, and then she would circle back to me, okay? Ladies, hear me out. She would then ask me, what am I doing to take care of me? Whatever I was complaining about with him, she would circle back and say, what am I doing to take care of me? If I was telling her, like, oh, let's just say as an example, I wish he was more affectionate, okay? Then she would come back and ask me, what are you doing to love yourself? And I'm like, I don't want that. I want him to love me. I want all that, right? And she would circle back and ask me that. So one of the things that I've had to learn, and I'm still learning, okay, is that whatever I am frustrated with him is a reflection of within. So number one, I started to work on myself, okay? How I started to have a healthy relationship with him was number one, I started working on me. Started working on taking care of me, loving me, taking care of myself, okay? And all that stuff, all right? Number one. Number two, okay, I started to reframe how I saw, heard, and felt him. So whenever he does something or says something, rather than jumping the gun and getting all crazy with him, right? And be like, stop controlling me! Stop telling me what to do! Which, by the way, I still do that sometimes, okay? But instead of doing that, I then stop and I think like, okay, and I look at it from his perspective, like, what does this mean? Okay, what does this mean? Okay, and I start to look at it from that perspective. And then I realize a lot of the times what it means is he's trying to take care of me. He's trying to make sure I'm good. He's trying to make sure I'm taken care of in his way, okay? Because everybody wants to be taken care of in different ways. And Sergio's love language and my love language are not the same, okay? Let's just say that. So number two, I start to reframe it. I start to think about what does this mean, okay? And then number three, okay, is I am learning, because I have not yet mastered this, I am learning to accept him for who he is and for who he's not, okay? Sergio is not loud and fun like me, okay? So I'm super fun. I haven't been that fun lately, but I'm like a super fun girl. But he's not like that. He's not loud. He's not super fun. Like, he's not the kind of guy that if you go to a party, he's going to be the life of the party. No, that's not my husband, okay? He's going to be there making sure that everything's good. He's going to make sure, like, he's going to notice everything, okay? He's not going to be, like, getting crazy and super fun and outrageous. That's just not him. So I've learned to accept who he is and who he is not. Now, you guys can go and ask him all these questions, okay? And how he feels that we have kept a healthy relationship lately, because I'm not going to lie to you, our first few years, it was not healthy at all. Okay, I don't know. Well, I do know how we made it, but we're here now and we're good. We're better, okay? We're not perfect. We're still working on our marriage, okay? Still working on our relationship. But I will tell you this, okay? When I started working on me, okay, I started to reframe how I saw, heard, and felt what he was doing and saying, okay? And I am learning, because I'm still learning, to accept him for who he is and who is not. Things dramatically changed. All right. Well, thank you to everybody who jumped on and for all your comments about all of that. And sorry for me getting all feisty, okay? But it's a sore wound when I hear people tell other people about, especially girls that are confident and leaders and driven and all that kind of jazz, when they start saying shit like, hi, she's too much. For who? For who? Or she's too much, or she's too this, or I hope somebody can put up with her. We are not anything to be put up with, okay? You just got to find the right person, your right tribe, okay? If I ask people around me if I'm too much, certain people will be like, yeah, she's too much. Okay, because I'm too much for them. But then I go over here and I ask these other people, this other crowd, am I too much? And they're like, no, I love your fire. I love your intensity. Okay, so it just depends on who you're asking and what life they live in will depend on that. Okay, but anyway, so whoever asked me the question of how do I keep a healthy relationship with Sergio, that is a long answer. I could not have done it in 1 minute. I hope this helps. You know who you are. Thank you so much for sending me the questions. I'll go ahead and put another poll so you guys can send me some questions. And the next ones will be short, okay? But this one couldn't be short, all right? Bye, guys.